Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Starborne episode 5 for our series here. Just getting home from work, pretty late at night, but you can see there's nothing queued up, which is nice because I can go through the motions of everything with you during this episode as I prepare for another day of queuing stuff up and letting them run overnight. But yeah, everything finished up while I was at work today, so we'll go ahead and queue all that up. But let's get out of political mode for a second. We'll talk a little bit about that later. So we're doing good. We're level 3 right now, which is nice. You can see our borders have expanded. I've gone ahead and built a missile battery here, and I've also built a mining facility which is fully operational, and you can see it's harvesting some labor from both of these tiles, which is nice. I'm gonna focus on trying to get this really heavily upgraded. I think that'll help me a lot, because labor is what I need right now. I need to get nice big fleets, and labor is going to help me do that. In fact, I do want to go ahead and bump this up to 150, which was one of the things. This actually built while I was at work, so I haven't had a chance to mess with the new labor yet, but now that I see what I'm getting, go ahead and bump these numbers up and get some defense going on. Now, I have been working on scouting some people nearby. I've been trying to scout this guy pretty heavily. Not even sure if this is enough Corvettes. Let's go back to explore real quick and let's send some ships out. I think there's something right around here, so we can do that. That one's gonna go out in 9 minutes. Okay, but there's no solar flare, so I'm not that concerned, and there's probably definitely something here. Oh, did I just send my fleet of 50? I didn't mean to do that. Which fleet did I? Which one did I send? I could turn them around still. We'll go into fleets and find them. That'll be a lot easier, obviously. Actually, I bumped them up to 62. Yeah, go to fleet. Here they are. Okay, okay. There's a way to cancel their movement. You just gotta... I just don't think I know how to cancel that movement now that I think about it. Unless it's a hotkey, I don't want to do something wrong here and lose the fleet. Alright, I'll just let them go do their thing. How long are they going to be? 8 minutes. They'll be back before the episode's over anyways. Yeah, so we'll let them go off and do their thing, and they can scan that. I was just going to send them off to maybe get me some, but I've already got intel on the people around me, or a little bit of intel, not a whole lot. Okay, other things. Let's go ahead and queue our buildings up. We'll talk a little bit about what I've been doing here. So, I can start working on level 3. I haven't touched any yet. You can see that I've got some new administrators. I've got 6 new administrators. Biggest thing is I've only worked on the data bureau here, but I've been advancing a little bit down industrial and a little bit down the more militarized route. Really focusing pretty heavy on the industry here as well as military, and not so much on I believe this is domain. Yeah, domain. So I haven't been focusing that much on that, simply because for my first station, I think industry is really important, and we need a lot of attack stuff because our alliance is in a bit of a pickle, and I'll get on that in a second. So what do I want to go for next? The merchant's house would be pretty useful. I've already had a couple alliance members message me and tell me that I should push towards the trade post. Industrial docks would be nice as well. Plus 10 cargo space for industrial ships, which could be useful. I am getting ready to build my second station soon. Plus 10% freighter cargo space per building level, so not as useful right now until I get the trade outpost up. And then we've got, see, Transit Nexus, Industrial Complex. Yeah, so working down that. Now, if I was to go over here, there is a few things over here I'd like. The Navy Command, 5% of the Navy base's defensive firepower add to the additional attack against gunships per building level, which could be really useful. Frigates +4 defense firepower per building level. Wow, fleet docks. Man, these are all really good. Logistics support, efficiency per building level. +1 operating limit. Yeah, these are all really nice. And the Navy base would be great. And I think I want to get that. So maybe I should go ahead and get the Navy command. I think that's a must. Like, I really think I need to get the Navy base. What do we need? Structures dependencies don't have the required level. So what level do we... Oh, we don't even have defense force. Well, we can get that. That would be nice, actually. So let's queue defense force fields up. That's going to use up an administrator. Alright, we're not really focused too much on domain. I did get scout command, I see. No, I didn't. Okay, it looked like I got it. I just have it ready to unlock because I've got data bureau. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I think that's pretty much all I want for domain is data bureau. There's nothing else here I really need for this station. For my second station, I'm going to be building it near a lot of ice, and I'm going to be going all domain. I'm going to be going all the way down to habitation dome, and then going all attack and not any industrial, or maybe just a little bit of industrial like mining facility, but not all that much. But yeah, if we're working on that, and then we'll queue up something over here, keep trying to raise the levels of all of these. We can also build our metal processing plants and such. Only a minute, so we could actually rush these. We'll let this one run through, and then we'll kick up all three of these and get them going. Get us those extra resources. Taking a look at cards here. I've been using the Wither Crux now a lot more often because I can store those resources. I think I mentioned that last episode, so... That's kind of what I've been doing. Now, do we have a fleet event? Oh, we don't. Interesting. Usually I've got a fleet event available. Okay, well, hopefully we'll find something in one of these areas and we can play off of that with our fleets. Yeah, so I am ready to build my second station. I've got enough industrials I can carry the resources to do it. I just haven't done it yet because I've been in contact with the Alliance about where a good place to do it would be. And I've been kind of scouting out for a really good area, particularly with a lot of ice. Now, I did find an area right here, which is really close by if you think about it. And there's a good amount of labor here. You've got these two little labor areas, plus this big one and this little one, right? Not a lot of resources, though. There's this person here, but I don't think they're very active, so possible I could take them out and expand into that area. I thought about, like, if I built a station here, I take advantage of these three. And then, you know, I could put a mining station up somewheres maybe. But I don't know. If I put like, let's see, if I built here, and 1, 2, 3, I put a mining station. I think that would be in my, use the people around me as reference. 1, 2, 3, it extends out in all directions. 1, 2, 3. So if I was here, it'd be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I could put a mining station here. And then I could mine all three of these, which is a little bit of everything. Plus be mining these. Huh. Alright. That's something to think about, but I kind of, there's a lot of, if you look around, like there's a lot of labor, but not much nearby. Right there's a lot of labor with a bunch nearby, so maybe over here somewhere is... Looks like it's just a bunch of random people, plus this guy in that area. Is that guy in an alliance? But it's not far from me. I don't know, something to think about. I'll do all that thinking off camera. I won't bore you guys with that. Let's definitely rush all these buildings that we've got. And we can do all these and rush the early constructing of them. Now, what is that giving me? I'm not actually... This one gives me +8 stations, so it should be +8 across the board. Okay, and that should give me an achievement. And then it goes up to 3 minutes, so I'll rush it right to the second level. I'd be crazy not to. Wow, I can rush it up to the third level. Great. And then we'll go ahead and go right for the 4th. And that'll get me in a pretty good spot for extra construction. Alright, so complete all tier 1 military buildings. Alright. And I get +2. I wish they changed the font of these. +5 and the color of them. It's like awful. I can't read it worth a damn, to be honest with you. +5 offense firepower, and that's speed. Speed of something fleets. Oh, on raid operation. Okay. Structure. EM launchpad. And some resources. Claim reward. Oh, did I not get an achievement for upgrading those 1? Okay, I guess that's not. I got a lot of expansion achievements. Okay, that fleet's about to make contact. 44 minutes. Alright, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the world, right? Let's zoom out and go political mode for a minute. Let's have a conversation. Actually, let's stay out of political mode for sake of just certain things that I don't want to give away. Okay, so here's what we've got. You can see the blue. It's Alliance members. They're scattered. We're kind of scattered to the winds. Mostly clustered in this area. But all in all, those of us who joined later are kind of far off. We've got Gaius down here. I'm over here, way away from everybody. Demi-skeleton's right here. He's doing pretty good. We've got No Name, and he's starting to do really well. Pick up a lot of traction as well. But, yeah, we're in a pretty rough spot in terms of, you know, I mean, luckily clearly our better players are down here, right? Because everybody that's down here is doing really well. But off over here, I mean, it's been kind of rough. So, the Red now, let's talk a little bit about them. This is an alliance that we are now at war with. They are called the United Gemini Alliance. And they are 19 members. They're ranked 3 out of 205. And they were the winners of the last alpha. So how are we at war with them? Well, Gaius here being our envoy that I had awarded him the privilege of. So if we go to roles here, I had assigned Gaius as the envoy. He's the one assigned there. Somewhere's in here. There he is, Gaius Casius. So, yeah, assigned him envoy, and I did that because, you know, I'm sure he'd be a great diplomat. And the leader of this alliance reached out to our envoy and asked him if he'd be interested in working together to, I don't know, conquer other empires. I'm not really sure. He just basically asked, do you want to work together or something something along those lines, but it's not really important what he said. What's important is what Gaius said back. And I know what Gaius said back very clearly, and he said back, he basically said, how about you lick these nuts? So that is now the predicament that we find ourselves in. Gaius told probably the third strongest faction in the game to lick our nuts, and so now we're at war. So far we've been doing all right. A couple of attacks have been repelled, and we're sort of turtling for the most part. I haven't launched any invasions yet, anything coordinated for the most part, just kind of trying to play it safe. You know, I don't think anybody really wants to get knocked out this early in the game, but that's the nature of it. So we'll see how it goes. I'm unfortunately a little far away, but maybe that's not a bad thing, because I'm sure that they would target me instantly if I was over here. Not saying that they can't target me where I am. It just would take a long time for their fleets to get here. Chances are I'd log on and see it before they even reached me. Like, I could probably see how long it would take. Right? If I wanted to, like, say, attack this dude. Well, I don't want to... Yeah, here we go. Yeah, travel time 20 hours. So, they wouldn't be able to... They wouldn't be able to launch an attack. I would certainly see it coming from... no matter what time they launch it during the day, I would be on. I get on in the mornings and night usually. So I would be on way before they launch that. And I'd be able to build... I'd have time to build ships. I'd have time to prepare myself and activate cards. It'd be great. I guess my biggest threat would be this guy over here. Or this one. Right over here, but yeah. Other than that, we're not going to worry too much about it. We're just going to keep doing our thing here and preparing. Alright, so you can see we've got a few missions that popped up, which is great. We've actually got 2. Both of them are... oh, nope. One's a moderate 2 and one's a level 1. We're going to go for the 2. I think that's going to be a better option, so we'll view the mission. Find a... oops. Try that again. You find a Gallic vessel sneaking around. Requires 1 scout fleet and 2 escorts. So how big is a scout fleet got to be? Minimum of 10. So there's my 50 fleet that I sent off. And then 2 escorts we don't really need. We could just send 1 escort. Or we could... well, let's see what we've got here. You uncover dangerous criminals in hiding. So let's do this mission first. Because we only need 1 offense and 1 defense. And that's really overkill for what we're sending out. I probably should get smaller fleets for missions like that, so I'm not sending out so many ships. Why don't we do that, right? Let's do 1 Corvette, confirm, and 1 more patrol ships, confirm. There, that'll be a lot better. Then we're not sending a ton of ships. We could just throw 20 in that and 25 in this, and that should be plenty enough. And it is plenty enough, so we'll send them off to do that mission. Alright. And then we'll wait for this one. We'll wait for those ships to get back. They are 4 minutes out, so I probably queue that up as soon as I'm done recording. I won't worry so much about that. Alright, we can speed this up. We'll start the next one, and then we'll go ahead and queue up. There was 1 more, right? Yeah, we're going to get 1 more level off of this. So we'll have all that ready, and then I'll mess around with some of the administrative stuff myself. Oh, what else? Cards I'm not going to mess with right now. We're all good there. I've put cards on some of the fleets, but I'm saving my cards until I 100% know what my plan is. We're good on buildings. We got plenty of resources. Let's queue up some more ships. I've got a bunch sitting in the hangar here, but there's a few other things I'd like to have. Also, go ahead and put my 10 industrials here. I've only got 48 labor, but I keep building ships because just in case I get attacked and lose a bunch, I'll have some on standby. You can lose the ships in your hangar as well, but they will participate in a battle. So say somebody attacks my station, and I've got ships in the hangar. They will participate, but unfortunately only 10% of their firepower actually counts towards the battle. So it's not a lot, but I guess if you got a bunch in here, it helps. But yeah, I don't have the labor right now for it. Now I can convert labor or convert resources to labor. That's a possibility. And right here it is. So right now it's a 1-for-1. You can cut that back and you can see that you'll lose a certain amount of resources but gain more labor. So something to think about if you really want to gain a lot of labor for certain reasons. For now, I'm not going to give myself a hard time about it. But yeah, let's definitely still have some ships queued up. We've got 83 and 52, so 83. Why don't we queue up? Let's go with 17 of them. Get that to a nice round 100 for now. It's not a lot, but we'll just queue it up. And then I'll jump on one more time before bed, and I'll queue some more stuff up. You can queue up to 5 ships, so really I could queue more. But let's queue up some Corvettes. We'll keep these coming nice and hot. I usually do stacks of 50, but you know what? I'll go ahead and do a stack of... I'll do a stack of 80. Yeah, you know what? Let's go all the way into a stack of 100. Nope, you know what? We will do 80 because it should take about 8 hours, and that'll be when I'm getting up for work. Yeah, so that'll be good. And then I can put those ships in fleets and do what I need to do. And I do want to get some more scouts. Just so I can scout some of the people nearby and decide who I'm going to... There's a few people I can mine for or harvest resources from, essentially. And I want to do that, so we'll get 20 scouts. This guy I don't think's active anymore, so we can harvest resources from him. Pretty sure this person's not active. There's a few inactive people here. So those are all like free farms pretty much to get resources from. Speaking of getting resources, we do have an industrial fleet. We may as well go do a raid and get the little bit of resources that are here. I didn't need to send that many industrial ships, but I've got nothing else planned for them, so I won't worry too much about it. Okay, we're almost at the end of the episode. Before we end, though, one more thing I want to do is I've saved a few more of these, and we'll go ahead and open them up and see what we get. My dog is obliterating her toy right now. All right, let's click down the line. Shady Dealer allows resources to be exchanged at a ratio of 1 to 1. Okay. Reactive Armor. Nice. So this is all cards instead of being resources. +1 defense, firepower, +6 hit points. That's for a haul. May throw that on the defense fleet. A bit of armor, +12 hit points. Okay. Point defense, +9 defensive firepower, +12 hit points. Okay, that's a lot better. +1 defensive firepower, +6 hit points. So maybe just throw those on some Corvettes. Okay, we'll claim those. Nice, so that's good. So I'll do all that card stuff off camera, because that's a little tedious, and you guys have already seen it. Just putting those cards on my fleets. So we've got some more resources to upgrade outposts, which is nice, because now that I've got a military and a mining outpost, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade those. I won't worry about it now, but I am going to do it at some point between now and the next episode. They'll be nice and upgraded. Mining robots. Okay, that's a good one. +20% mining colony yield, +10% mining facility yield. That's a really good one. Blaze exosuit. 2010 metal gas crystal production, +50% domain building costs. Okay, that could come in handy for our next station, because the resource boost will be helpful, but we're going to go domain for that. Allows resources to be exchanged at a ratio of 1 to 1. 50% cargo space, 50% solar flare. Okay, so that's for gathering solar. And Smuggler's Hole, +4 cargo space, +1 fleet speed. Claim all. Nice, so that was actually some really good cards. May go ahead and break some of those cards down for more prestige. I'm saving up my prestige right now, and I'm going to buy some really nice cards later on. So that's kind of what I'm doing with that. Now we do got our ship, our fleet back here. Let's go ahead and view the mission. Oops, crap. And we'll send that fleet, and then we should be able to send... we really don't need to send that. We just need, let's see, requires 1 scout and 2 escorts. So, since the Corvettes really aren't defensive ships anyways, we'll just send them there. And they should be back fairly quickly. 17 minutes. Alright, so we've got the 2 missions rolling out, and we're all set. So that's the end of this episode. Not bad, though. Things going pretty good for the most part. We're still alive, and that's a good thing. So I'll do another episode in a couple days and fill you guys in again on what's going on. And hopefully by then I'll have my second station. I'm hoping to be level 4 by then. And I'll have some really good fleets built up. And this station will be pretty much where it needs to be. And I'll just be working on my next station. So that being said, I want to thank you all for joining me. I do hope that you've enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing you next time.